Welcome back, everybody, to ESA Together 2020. I want to thank you all for tuning into ESA and our online-only marathon, ESA Together. ESA Together is a week-long event featuring speedrunners and score attackers from all around the world, and we invite everybody, be it ESA regulars or first-timers, to showcase their very best for you. And now, about to showcase his very best for us is triggerino1, with his run of Crash Bandicoot Sane Trilogy, including the Golden Monkey incentive that got met just earlier. So Triggerino, take it away.
Thank you. Yeah, welcome. Hey, ESA. I'm gonna be running Crash 1 All Gems. I've run this game a lot, mainly the first installment, and I'm gonna be completing the game, the first one, only the first one, and I'll be collecting all the gems that are available. So I'm just gonna go ahead and count it down, and then let's get right into it. So I'll start from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, so Crash is a linear level-based game, as many may know. This is the remake, this 2017 remake of the first three originals. Every level has a gem that you can collect, and you collect it by destroying all the boxes in the level. So we've started at Insanity Beach. You're just going to see me breaking all the boxes along the way. There's nothing special happening here. You can see my mask floating around my head here. That's basically the shield mechanic in the game. And if you collect 3 masks, you get invincibility for a short period of time. You'll hear that in a second when you see I have collected 3 masks here. And the good thing about invincibility is that it lets you run faster, and it lets you break boxes instantly, so for all gems that's optimal, obviously. In most cases, I'll go for every triple mask I can, but in some cases the triple mask is actually detrimental and I choose not to go for it. I'll talk about that when I get there. There's a couple of places where that's actually the case. So you see there's a small backtrack I had to do, but I collected all of the 49? I think it was 49 boxes. I don't actually know, I should know this. But I got the gem for the first level, just as I should, and that's a great start, you know. I've died in this level before, and it's not a good feeling because it's actually a pretty easy level. That brings us to the second one. The masks that you carry get carried in between levels. So I exited the last level with 2 masks, so I'm gonna start this one with 3, start this one with 2, and then get the third one right at the beginning, and carry it through most of this level. And as you see, I am breaking the boxes here, even though I can't actually get the gem in this level yet. But I break the boxes anyway because breaking up boxes is faster. But first, I have to time the transition into the next triple mask here. I have to wait for the song to end perfectly and then get the next triple mask, because if I destroy the mask box before my triple mask ends, I don't get the next one. It just it just gives me 2 masks. So as I was saying, I can't collect the gem in this level yet because I actually need to collect a gem from a later level to unlock a special platform that takes me to like a secret area in this level here, where I can collect the rest of the boxes that I couldn't collect otherwise. So that's going to happen several times throughout the run, where I just can't collect the gem yet, so I'll have to go there again. You see 35 out of 43, there's a couple of boxes I simply can't get to. But you see this ending screen here? It drops all the boxes on Crash's head that I haven't collected. So still, even if I can't collect the gem, I still want to try to collect as many boxes as I can without losing too much time, because if I don't collect them, it's going to just drop them on my head, I'm going to lose more time. So every crate you collect is about 0.2 seconds faster, and that does add up. Great Gate is a really important level. It's the 3rd level. Again, I'm going to take the triple mask through most of this, and just like Jungle Rollers, the 2nd level, Great Gate actually does not allow you to collect the gem at the beginning yet. Instead though, I'm going to try and do a skip to do it anyway, to get the gem when I'm not supposed to yet. And that requires me to jump over the ending platform, the final platform that would take me out of the level, into the secret area that usually is only accessible with a platform that you unlock later in the game. So even though, again, I'm not supposed to get the gem here yet, you're going to see me going into the bonus level and collecting all the boxes there, which is right here. I'll explain how bonus levels work in a second, but for now it's just extra boxes that you have to collect to get the gem. You have to do this bonus in a specific way to make sure you catch the cycles that come with the spikes here afterwards, and now I'm going to go for the skip. If I don't get it, it's going to be a pretty big time loss, but I somewhat believe in myself, so let's see. I actually got it. And the reason why that skip is kind of difficult is because it's really easy to get sucked into the hitbox of the ending animation, of the ending portal. And in that case, you get thrown out of the level and you obviously don't get the gem. So then you have to re-enter the level later, at the end of the game, and do the whole level again and then come back up here, which costs a lot of time, but now I can just do it instantly and so only play the level once. This whole section here, again, is not part of the main level, it's just extra stuff that you have to do to collect the gem in the end. And that's really great. I'm actually really happy I got that skip because it's very easy to mess it up. But for some reason, I'm gonna get hit by that spike, but that's fine. I'm gonna play it safe as well because this fire's about to go off, because I don't want to die now. If I die now, the whole skip was for nothing because I'd have to do it again. But luckily, there's nothing anymore that can kill me, so I'm pretty much safe for now. It wasn't very optimal here, but still, I got the skip. That's the important part. There's one other level where I'm gonna do a excuse me, where I'm gonna do a skip like this, but that's pretty far towards the end. Next level is boulders. It is a level where you run towards the camera with a massive boulder chasing you. I can collect the gem right away here, and that's really all there is to it. I guess there's two things I can say about movement optimization here. You're gonna see me moving left and right, but around the screen a lot. Like I'm on the left here, now I'm on the right, and that's simply because I try to follow optimal pathing the way that the path moves left and right, and the way that the camera moves. So I try to get the shortest distance possible, and I also try to follow the camera because it makes Crash go a tiny bit faster. Also, you see me jumping a lot for no apparent reason. It does actually make you move a tiny bit faster if you jump than if you just walk. When you have the triple mask on the other hand, the invincibility, it's the opposite. If you jump, you move slower, whereas if you walk, you move faster. So that's why whenever I don't have a triple mask, I'll be trying to jump as much as possible. But the rest of this level is pretty much just repetitive. If you want to read a donation or something, now would be a good time for that.
Excellent. I've got a few things to call out, actually. First off, we've got a $25 donation from Tomaine. Says, drum up a storm and foot dive those mango sentinels. And he's putting his money towards the damn tough difficulty for DK Bongo's controller for later on in the marathon. We also have the promised $6 from Retro Tato, saying, as promised, $6 from the 6 crits I had outside the rival fights, and the 6 gifted subs for the crits I got in the rival fights. Hope everybody enjoyed the run, and we'll have a great time for the rest of the marathon. And with those 6 gift subs, and looks like we got 2 additionals on top of it, we're now up to 521 out of those 800 sub points. So great job, everybody, and let's continue to move towards that goal.
That's looking pretty good. We got boulders without a problem. Quite happy about that. We're in upstream now. This is one of 2 river levels. There's a couple of these leaves where I can't do anything to speed them up. I guess there's a mechanic I can talk about in this level, which is sub-jumping. It's like in many platformers, the game has coyote frames where you're allowed to walk off the edge of a platform and still jump while you're already falling. There was a cycle activation I tried to do there with that jump, but I didn't jump quite far enough. The coyote frames are actually pretty generous in this game, and spinning extends Crash's hitbox a tiny bit, so it extends the coyote frames a tiny bit. So whenever I'm walking off a platform, spinning and then jumping while I'm already falling, that's what's happening, and I do that quite a bit, especially in later levels. Those were the first 5 levels, bringing us to the first boss, which is, well, he's a boss. That's really not that difficult. You can just bounce on him instantly. Normally you'd wait for him to spin around with his stick a couple of times. But you can really just, as soon as he slams a stick in the ground, the hitbox on his head becomes active, and you can jump on it and do that 5 times, and he's dead. And then you jump in the middle of him so that you skip one of the animations of Crash jumping on his belly. And that's already a good chunk of Island 1. There's 3 islands in this game. Island 1 is obviously the easiest in most parts, and then Island 2 has some challenging aspects, and Island 3 is the longest and has some really difficult levels in it, and most of the colored gem levels, which I will be getting to in a second. Just remember that they're important. Rolling stones here is kind of cool. There's a lot of scenery I'm going to use here, meaning the left and right side of the map. You can see most of those are, you can walk on them. And I'm going to use 2 triple masks in this level to basically speed through everything. Hopefully, unless I die. In that case, that will not be happening, but this is not that difficult of a level. So here I can walk on the left. And again, I'm trying to optimize my movement in the way that I don't jump at all if I don't have to with a triple mask. The first one runs out, I collect the second one. There's a hidden box up here that I also break for extra time. Some more scenery movement here. And you can see that if I didn't take the scenery, I'd have to jump more. And so that's obviously slower with a triple mask, that's why I do take the scenery. And same here, can walk along the edge there. And that's a decent rolling stones right there. Another one of the levels where I can't yet unlock the gem. I'll need to do that later when I come back here. Basically, there's 2 sections to this run. The first one is getting to the end. The second one is then backtracking and getting all the gems that you didn't beforehand. Hog Wild is one of 2 hog levels. I think it's the only vehicle level, or vehicle, if you call hogs a vehicle, that exists in Crash 1. And I can collect all the boxes here instantly, luckily. I mean, this level's not too bad, but the second hog level is... It's got some problems. I guess you'll see that once I get there. It's kind of late in the run, though. So, this is basically an auto-scroller. You can do some things to speed it up, though. First of all, jumping. If you jump perfectly, you can see this happens, and you get no landing animation, which is also a tiny bit faster. And it looks really strange, because it looks like the hog is just flying and not touching the ground. And secondly, you can just, like you do in other levels when you don't have a vehicle, you just hug the corners. That's the fastest way to get through most levels, just hugging the corners. This jump here over that last hog is kind of infamous, but on PC it's a lot easier to do than on the PS4 version. In case anyone wonders, by the way, this is on PC. This is not on PS4. The game did originally come out on PS4. But the PC version is faster because it runs on 60 frames per second and not on 30, which PS4 does. And on 60 FPS, Crash literally runs faster than on 30 FPS. That's just how the game works. So Native Fortress, probably also very infamous because it's a massive difficulty spike in the game. It's much harder than all the other levels on Island 1, including in the speedrun, actually. There's a really tight cycle I'm going to try and go for here. I can't get the gem, so I'm doing this like I would in an any % run. And the cycle, there's several cycles you can go for. Most importantly is that I get through that spike that I just got under, which looked really close and was really close. It's really easy to actually get hit by that. And then I have to do these climbs optimally, and basically just do everything optimally. If I do one mistake, I can't catch the cycle anymore. So far, I think I'm on pace to get it. And I'm just going to go ahead and focus a bit, because it is tight to get, and I need to make sure I don't make any mistakes, so... I'll take a moment of quiet. Can damage abuse through here, and then blow up the TNT that way. Ah, okay, so see, that mistake was enough to throw me off the cycle. That's okay, so I just go for the safety mask there and then go for the next cycle, which is not much slower. That was pretty close to getting the really good cycle. So instead I'll just wait a bit and get an extra mask, which is also good because the best cycle, you don't collect this mask, and then the next boss fight is a tiny bit slower because of it. By about 1.4 seconds. Just want to make sure I don't mess up in the end. Okay. These climbs, oh goodness, with these spinning platforms can be a bit of a pain sometimes. If you jump too soon into the spinning platform while it's still spinning, it can just clip you into the platform and then throw you out, which is really annoying, especially when you need to go really fast up those climbs. If you go too fast, you're gonna fall down again. That's kind of the irony in that. But that was still a very solid native fortress, and overall not a bad island one. There's a couple of optimizations I missed, but I'm happy with that. So that brings us on to Island 2. Up the creek is the second river level. I will be able to get the gem here. Small backtrack you have to do in this level, which is interesting, but there's really not that much to this level, so if you've got anything else to read, feel free to do that now.
I've got one I think you're going to want to hear. Your boy Nightmare Corporation chimes in. He donates $69, saying, "Much love to my boy Trigger. Jug emote when?"
I guess I have no choice but to add a jug emote now. Thank you, Nightmare. That's amazing.
Yes, thank you so much for that nice donation.
Nice. Yeah. I always drink water out of a jug in my streams, and apparently people want me to have an emote for a jug. I don't know. Seems kind of strange, but hey, what can I do? There's these monkeys here which are a bit awkward to get over. I have to really jump towards the edge so it doesn't bounce me up, but that worked out just fine. Here's that backtrack I'm talking about. You have to jump on these lily pads perfectly, or not perfectly, but you have to jump on specific ones so as not to sink down your path back. But that went just fine. Then there's this TNT which spawns here that I have to blow up, and I jump all the way back, and that was just fine. I broke the plant. It's supposed to be closing on a cycle, but sometimes the plant just stops moving. This game has its fair share of features, as some might say. Alright, I didn't really talk about the bonuses yet. There's always 3 tokens in a level if there's a bonus, and you need to collect all the tokens from the boxes in order to unlock the bonus, and then you need to complete the bonus to break all the boxes in the level and to collect the gem. Another thing that's important is that bouncing is really slow, and bouncing off of anything, I mean by that. Boxes, enemies, fireplaces. Anything that makes you bounce slows your momentum. And so I try my best to never bounce on anything, or bounce as little as possible. You saw me break some boxes there by spinning and jumping instead of bouncing on them. It's going to happen again in some later bonuses, but that's much faster than bouncing on each box individually. Okay, Ripperoo, second boss. He can be tricky to do if you mess up the intended strats, but the intended strats are actually quite easy. You just have to jump on the TNTs at the right time. So, okay, didn't want to mess up the timing there, so you have to jump on the first one, and then I'm just going to use the 2 masks I have to spin the remaining TNTs, because that's a lot faster. Oh, never mind. Okay, I did hit him. That was really close. Was not quite in range of... this is really bad. Okay, this should hit him. It didn't hit him. This is not going well. Alright, hold on, let me figure this out. Well, that's what I mean. That's what I mean with this boss can be tricky. Because I spun that second TNT so late, the whole thing just kind of messed up. And usually you want to have him dead within 2 spins of the TNT. But since I missed the second one, I had to bounce on the TNT, and then you need to make sure it actually lines up with him landing there. So that's actually a pretty big time loss. I'm going to estimate that at about 20 seconds lost. That can happen in that boss. That's why it's a somewhat scary boss if you're not paying attention properly. Okay, I said something earlier about color gems. This is the first color gem in the game. Now, Crash 1 Original, the first game that came out a long time ago, required you to never die in any level if you wanted to collect the gem. You had to do every level deathless in order to get the gem at the end of every level. NST is a bit more lenient with that. In most levels you get to die and still collect the gem, except for 6 levels, which this is the first of. Those are the colored gem levels, which require you to do a deathless run of the level in order to collect the gem. So there's a rather high risk associated with these, obviously. If you're going to die somewhere at the end, you need to re-enter the level and do the whole thing over again. And this level is about 3 minutes long, so that's a massive time loss. But other than that, it's no different than the other levels. I just have to break all the boxes, do both of the bonuses. I might not make this. Yeah, okay, I lost one mask there. Okay. That's fine. That's not too big a time loss, actually. Wait, I don't need to go there anymore. I had to break that metal crate in order to spawn some boxes later on, but I actually fell down into the fire. I lost a couple cycles and one mask, but that's okay. I don't necessarily need that mask. I could have just done a small skip with that mask. I just need one anyway, and I'm still carrying one. We got the Brio bonus here. There's several kinds of bonuses. This level actually has 2 bonuses. Let's see if I die to the TNT. No, I didn't. Okay, very good. You can already exit the bonus before the TNT blows up. It will still count towards the boxes. And then we've just got one bonus coming up, which is actually more difficult than this one, even though it's a Tana bonus, which is the normal type of bonus. There's a pusher cycle I can get here. I need to get pushed out by that one, then kind of jump towards the camera. I use the D-pad for these kinds of levels because it makes controlling the forwards and backwards movement a lot easier. Whereas from the forwards and like the 3D levels, like the first level and the second level, I use the analog stick for that because you can move more optimally. So here, instead of jumping on a lot of these boxes, I'm gonna go ahead and mess up completely. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, no, that's fine. That was not entirely intended, but I still somehow saved it. The boxes that look like crates with the Wumpa fruits in them, you have to bounce on them 5 times to break them. So if I had to bounce on all those, I think it's 20 boxes, 5 times, I'd still be here tomorrow, obviously. So I need to find a way. It's necessary, really, for a speedrun, for a fast speedrun, to find a way to break those with spins, and that's what I tried to do there. Optimally. Didn't quite manage it optimally, but in the end still managed to do it. So a couple of other places where I'm going to repeat that sort of a strat, where even though there's nothing beneath the boxes, I'm still going to spin them in order to go faster. But that was the green gem, you see. That was the first gem that you collect, which unlocks a platform in another level. In any case, Temple Ruins is a normal gem. It has a cycle coming up at the very end that I need to catch. It's not that difficult to get. I just want to try and get the next triple mask. Jump on this TNT and then still get on top of this. Crash has a very interesting combination of global and local cycles. Local being cycles that are only activated once you get close to them, and global being cycles that start when you enter the level. And you kind of have to deal with the combination of the two and do certain strats to activate cycles, like what I'm doing right there. I jumped forward there to activate the fire, which is ahead of me, because it only activates once you jump into that first fire chalice. So small things like that are placed all over this run, which is just really interesting to learn and implement all that. There's a little secret pathway here that goes a lot faster with the triple mask because I just instantly break all the boxes. And let's see if I can catch the cycle. No, I'm a bit too late. Would have liked to jump diagonally there, but I had to jump around the outside because I was too late. But that's a very small time loss. Briefly have to wait here because otherwise I'd be damaged by that fire. And then the only thing left here is for me to break these 3 boxes. Actually, I messed up, so yeah. If you do it optimally, you can instantly get across these pillars and onto the ending platform here. But I didn't quite manage, so I had to wait 1 cycle. And there we go. As far as I'm aware, I haven't died yet, so that's not bad. That might change though in the next level, which is a bridge level, one of 2 bridge levels. This is a potential for a lot of deaths. I can't collect the gem yet, so I'm just gonna rush through it as fast as possible. And I'm gonna be running on the ropes a lot, you'll see. Hopefully I won't fall down. It's really easy to fall down off these ropes because they don't have like flat hitboxes. If you're a bit too far on the one side of the rope, you're gonna start sliding down, and you gotta adjust, and it's easy to over adjust and then slip down again. So yeah, my triple mask I mainly took over the ropes because again I want to be jumping as little as possible, but now I'm actually able to jump through the middle without ever stopping. So I'm gonna do that because it is safer than to be on the ropes. It actually is. Once you get used to the spacing between these planks, it's a lot easier to just do the jumps the way you're supposed to than walk on the ropes. These blue slides, they give me forward speed if they're slanted forward. So I use those to gather a bit of speed. It's a bit faster than walking on the ropes as well. And here, you see I'd have to bounce on those turtles to get through the middle. That's why I decided to jump on the ropes, because as I said earlier, bouncing is slow. So I'd rather walk on the ropes than bounce on the turtles. And I managed to get through without deaths. That's quite nice, actually. The second bridge level, coming up in a bit, a couple levels, is, I'd say, a bit more difficult because you have to go on ropes more. Boulder Dash is really no different than boulders, just about 200 times longer. So if you've got anything to read, again, now's a really good time for that.
Yeah, no problem. Just want to talk out to the community real quick. You know, do you like speedrunning? Well, of course you do. You're watching ESA Together. But do you like prizes too? Because if you donate at least $15 throughout the course of this marathon, you're going to be entered to win one of our many fabulous prizes, most of which were donated by our sponsor, HyperX. We've got a number of headsets, we've got an RGB mouse and mousepad, and we also have the French Indie Bundle, consisting of 7 great games. So if you want to see what you can become eligible for, with donations of anywhere between $15 to $25, come check out prizes.esamarathon.com, and it'll get you those details, and you can get in on the drawing.
Okay, another level where I can't get the gem yet. I'll need to come back to it, which is super fun, because what's better than playing this massive, really long and not very interesting level once? Well, yeah, playing it twice, of course. Even better yet, if you decide to run the full completion category 105%, which includes time trial relics, you don't get to run this level twice, but 3 times actually. So that's just amazing. In any case, it's almost done, so not too much to go. Afterwards comes, I'd say, the longest level in the game. I'm not sure whether Stormy is a bit longer. And also, yeah, in case anyone's interested, I am running Stormy Ascent. It does have a gem that I can collect. That's the DLC level of Crash 1. It's an incompleted original Crash level that was taken out because it was too difficult, something like that. But Vicarious Visions decided to put it into the remake, so we will be running that. And it is the most difficult level in the game, definitely. But whether it's longer than Sunset, I'm not quite sure. Just gonna have to make sure I catch this cycle here. I'm pretty sure I will, yeah. I had to manipulate the bat spawn there. And I got hit there. That's okay, I guess? Oh, I almost died there. Not so okay. I can't catch that, so I'm gonna have to wait on this one. That's fine. So I lost a mass there. That's actually not too bad. Completely unaware now what cycle I'm on, but that's also okay. Have to, oh goodness, alright, I don't know what I'm doing right now. There's a lot of cycle activation stuff you can do here in this level. I apparently have now decided not to do any of it. Actually, in all gems, it's not really like that. It's a lot more, there's a cycle you can go for that's really tight. But it's, oh, I'm dead. Alright, as I had no idea what cycle I was on, I didn't know the flame would start there, and I decided to jump into it even though I didn't know. That was not a good decision. So now it's basically just blindly playing through this and trying to go as fast as possible because I have no idea what cycle I'm on, especially after you die. Pretty sure I couldn't have caught that either. In any percent, this level is very different. There's a lot of things you can do to go a lot faster than just playing through it normally. But in all gems, those things are much more difficult and not really worth it, unless you're really consistent at them. And a lot of them were found recently, so I haven't implemented them yet. In the end, I just kind of want to exit this level with 2 masks because... Oh no, okay, I'm alive. When you try to turn Crash around quickly from walking one way to the other, sometimes he can like loses all his momentum, which can lead to things like that if you don't do it properly. In the end now, I just want to exit this level with 2 masks so that I have those for the next skip, which is coming up in the boss fight. It's a massive skip, saves about 30 seconds, sometimes even more. I hope I get it. I only get 1 try for it. I can instantly collect the gem in this level, and also I will be collecting a key. I'm just trying to focus a bit on not making any more mistakes in this level because that would cost me much more time. Especially I don't want to lose these masks now because they are actually some of the most important masks in the entire game. There's a secret path behind here with a Cortex token. That's the 3rd type of bonus. There's Cortex, Brio, and Tana. And that unlocks this nice platform. And at the end of this bonus, I will receive a key, which will unlock 1 of 2 levels that also have gems I need to collect. There's 2 levels which you can't play by default. They are Fumbling in the Dark and Whole Hog. And you need to collect these keys. The 2nd key is in Jaws of Darkness, which is towards the end of Island 3. So that's coming up in a while. 2nd bonus here, the Tana bonus. Not much to this one. Just break these boxes and bounce, try to get through here as fast as possible, and that 1 TNT is going to blow everything up. Don't need to worry about it at all. As you can see, 16 out of 16 boxes. Maybe I can get on top of here. Nope, too slow. This is the last climb of the level, and these cycles with the platforms, the way they line up can be, not sure if it's random, but there's a lot of different possibilities. So sometimes you'll just actually stand in that circle of the platform going around for a good like 10 seconds until you can finally jump onto the next circle because it just doesn't line up. It's consistent though. If you get the best cycle, you will usually manage to also get the best platform cycle there at the end. So it just changes based on time, and then sometimes you're just unlucky and you have to wait a bunch. There you see I got one of the keys. There's 2 again, like I said. And I'll get both of them before I start backtracking. Koala Kong, 3rd boss, expects you to hit 4 boulders back at him. That takes too long, so what I'm going to try to do is clip onto his side of the playing field with a hyper jump. I need to actually switch to 30 FPS for that trick, which I'm going to do after he throws his 3rd small boulder right now. There we go, 30 FPS. It's going to look terrible, I'm sorry about that. And now, let's see if I get this. Yes, I did. I did not. I'm kidding. Alright, well, that's actually really unlucky. Damn. Surprised that happened. I tried to go for the skip. I got half of the skip, didn't get the other half. So now I'm gonna need to just play the boss normally, which is very RNG based because it depends on when he throws his last boulder and whether there's a minecart in front of him. So now it's just luck how fast this goes. But the idea of the skip is that when he throws his massive boulder, it's as long as it's flying through the air, it's an immovable object. And for some reason, when Crash sticks himself like under immovable objects, in some cases, he'll just get a massive amount of upwards momentum and fly through the sky. In this case, I do need a mask for it, so that's why I said that those 2 masks at the beginning were in the last level were so important in Sunset Vista, so that I could attempt the skip. The reason I didn't go for it a 2nd time with my 2nd mask is because this mask is important for the next level. So essentially in all gems you only get 1 attempt at the skip, and if you mess it up, it loses about 40 seconds. So for like a optimal run, this would be a reset right now. Depending on what time you're going for. It's just that important of a skip. Heavy machinery is the first island of level 3. The first level of island 3. Also 2 bonuses here. The second bonus being probably the hardest bonus in the game. Bonus where I will be carrying 2 masks that I really want to keep, so I'm going to try my best not to die in that bonus. There's a secret path down here that you are intended to go from behind, but you can just jump down here because there's no invisible walls protecting it, and skip a bunch of like waiting and running around. I get this triple mass, and this triple mass is the reason why I didn't go for the koala skip twice, because it just saves a lot of time running through all this with a mask, collecting the tokens instantly and all that. You don't have to take these platforms down. Oh, I need a checkpoint, damn. Well, I'm a bit behind on cycle now, but that doesn't really matter too much in all gems. I guess, yeah, these steam vents won't line up perfectly, so I'll have to wait a bit. First bonus here, you're gonna see me jumping and spinning on boxes again to break them much faster. Got the last jump, good. And now, I'm about to collect a triple mask once I'm down here. And then I'll just kind of carry that through the rest of the level until I get to the last bonus. Once again, you don't have to take these platforms, you can just fall down. There's a bunch of boxes there that you can just instantly break with a triple mask. Right here, it's possible to jump on these pipes with a triple mask and jump from pipe to pipe. Saves a lot of time, but those pipes are about as slippery a surface as exists in this game. It's incredibly easy to fall off and lose a bunch of time. This is the bonus, the difficult bonus I was talking about. I think you'll see why. These boxes are just kind of hard to maneuver, and the ones with the 3 spaces in between are really close. But it looks like I got all the difficult parts. I'm just gonna take it safe now. There we go. Got it. Nice. Again, 2 very important masks. Not quite as important as the koala masks, I guess. But they will enable me to do a very fast version of a big skip in the next level. And if you remember Great Gates, where I got a gem that I wasn't supposed to, that's what's going to happen in the next level. Here, these bounce pads, I can brush along the side of them. Ah, damn it. And still get jumped up. The hitboxes of the bounce pads are also on the side, so that makes it a lot faster. Didn't quite get that, though. Now I will be able to carry 2 masks into the next level. Cortex Power, where you're supposed to have the blue gem? I don't know. I don't use most of the gem platforms, so I don't know which gem unlocks what platform. But here, I go out of bounds, actually, in order to get to the secret section and break the boxes. And the skip can be difficult, and if you mess it up, you have to die 6 times to get a pity mask, because you need a mask in order to get the skip. But let's see. Hopefully I just get it instantly with a triple mask. There's that next mask box there, which I'm not going to break yet, because I have to go to this branching section here to kill this guy, blow up the TNT, and activate that exclamation mark box. And now I'll go ahead and collect the second triple mask. Then I'll run here, collect the checkpoint, and now backtrack. Go here, and now I'm gonna try to go out of bounds. Jump on here, jump onto the wall, there we go. See if I get it. Yes, I got it. Alright, there we go. I went on top of the wall that makes up the level, and then walked on top of it in order to get to the section without using the platform across the Mountain Dew pit. And now the difficult part of the skip is actually getting here without... Okay, there we go. That's not an easy jump. You have to sub-jump a lot. And if you mess that up, you have to do the whole thing again. So that's a massive time loss, but I got through it. I got all the boxes. I sniped that turtle, the mechanical turtle, into the boxes that I left behind earlier. With any enemy in this game, if you line it up and you spin them, they will fly in that direction, and they will break any boxes in the way. So that's what I did there. And we got it first try. That's really nice, actually. That can be a difficult skip. And missing it once will cost about 1.5 minutes. No, wait, not that much. About a minute. In any case, Gen Room, I'm going to need to focus on this. This is a difficult level. I'm not allowed to die in this level. And there's a tight cycle I'm going for. So I guess I'm just going to be quiet for the remainder of this level, as long as I don't mess it up. Yeah, okay. Well, I can't get the best slate. Whoop. That's really not good. Now I have to wait for that thing to spawn again. Well, okay. Still, I'm gonna need to focus because it's really easy to die in this level. And that would make me have to re-enter, which would be terrible. Alright. Fairly easy bonus. And now with this triple mass, I've got some difficult jumps ahead. I can't make this cycle, so I'm just gonna wait a bit to activate the triple mass because I'd have to wait on these platforms anyway. I can break that box, that stack of boxes instantly. Alright, just wait on this platform. Go for a really difficult diagonal jump there. I actually carried the triple massing to that stack of boxes. That's good. Break this, do some more fun diagonal jumps that look really difficult, aren't really though. Those are the easiest jumps in the entire level, and the rest of the level is just standing on these platforms. So it looks like I've managed. I'm not gonna rejoice until I actually collect the gem though, because bad things can happen. But despite from the couple of mishaps at the beginning there, that was actually a pretty good gen room. Happy with that. I guess I had a goal not to die in any of the colored gem levels, and so far that's been going well. Next level is Toxic Waste. Also a colored gem level. A lot easier though. It's just holding forward simulator summarized. Especially if I get the triple mask here in a second. It's really good to enter this with 2 masks because you do get a triple, and I need to break that box. Thank you, goodness. That should go a lot faster. So because this is basically just me running forward, this triple mask is very useful. Break all these. I have to jump over the barrels. Unfortunately, if you run into them with a triple mask, it doesn't break them like I feel like it should. It just makes you bounce over them, so it is better to just jump over them briefly. There we go, that's the triple mask I got. And there's a bonus in this level. That's not very interesting. But other than that, there's not much except for the soundtrack, which many consider to be one of the best soundtracks in Crash, so enjoy that. But other than that, if there's donations, now is a good time.
Alright, well, I'd just like to call out our subscribers here in the channel. In fact, we just had a Twitch Prime subscription by Cubal's Dev, and with that, HyperX is going to throw in an additional $2.50. If you enjoy what you're watching, please consider subscribing to the channel. You know, the first 800 subs that we get to twitch.tv/ESA Marathon are going to be matched with a $2.50 donation from our sponsor, HyperX. We are currently at 522 out of those 800 sub points. So make sure to get in those subscriptions, those Twitch Prime subs, and those gift subs so that we can smash that goal and work our way towards another emote slot.
There we go. Blue gem is not that troublesome. Pinstripe is up next, our 4th boss, if I can keep count. Yes, 4th boss. He doesn't really have anything special to him. All I do is spin him when he's walking in between his shooting animations. I could spin him already now, but I decide to wait 1 turn because it actually gets rid of 2 shooting animations later on just based on his positioning. I guess you'll see what I mean. So I hit him there the second time. And as soon as I hit him 3 times, he's not going to move anymore. After he shoots, he's just going to be angry that his gun jammed. And so if I hadn't hit him on the second thing there, he still would have jumped around 2 times if I wouldn't have done that. Same thing here. And then I can just stand right under him. Apparently he's not able to aim downwards and spin, and that's the boss fight. This is followed right by High Road, the second bridge level. That's gonna be fun. There's no triple mask in here, but I can collect the gem instantly, so first thing I do is run towards the camera. There's a secret stash of 4 boxes there. It's great fun when you just forget you have to pick those up, play through the entire level, and then see you're missing 4 boxes, and you're like, what is going on? How did I miss 4 boxes? It's happened. Alright. So yeah. The way I said that jumping is faster than walking, it also goes for ropes. Technically optimal is to just jump on ropes, but as intuition might serve, that's even harder than just walking on the ropes, because every time you jump there's a chance you might just slip off when you land. Yep, or that happens. Well, that's okay, because I don't really need those masks, and the checkpoint was right there, so maybe lost like 3 seconds from that, but still. Was that the first death? No, it wasn't. I died in Sunset already. Good. Would have been slightly disappointing for my first death to be in High Road. But I guess Sunset was even more disappointing, so that doesn't really help. In any case, I need to jump on the ropes a lot more here, or walk on the ropes a lot more, because there's a lot of places in the middle of the bridge where you need to bounce on turtles, like right here. And that's just a lot slower. Bonus here, it's a cool bonus. Yeah. For me, it always looked really difficult until I actually did it the way you're kind of supposed to do it in the speedrun. You just kind of spin every time you land on one of these. I mean, it's really nothing more than just pressing jump and then spin right after and moving a bit to the right. I guess the intended way to do it is to take the bottom route first and then go back the top route or something. But that's by far the fastest way to do it. And there we go, that's High Road, featuring 1 death. Definitely less than average. And now comes Slippery Climb. If I had the masks, I would go for another hyper jump here to save a tiny bit of time. It's not necessary at all, it's a small time save. In any percent, the hyper jump in this level is the biggest time save you can get in the entire run. It's the most important skip, along with Koala, but in all gems it's not that important. Oh, I need that box. I do need that box. Please give me the box. Thank you. Alright. Slightly awkward when there's a stack of 2 boxes, and I'm not sure I can make that. When there's a stack of 2 boxes and you only get one of them, it's unfortunate. In any case, this has a colored gem as well, which means that one of the longest levels in the game needs to be done without dying once. Not that it really matters anyway, because there's only 1 checkpoint in this level, which is halfway through, so if you die somewhere until then, you have to restart the level anyway. So right here, I could go for a hyper jump on one of these spikes, because they're obviously also movable, right above this bird, but since I don't have mask, I can't do it. So instead I just try to jump up here as fast as possible without hopefully falling down. There we go. There's that checkpoint, and the way that colored gems work is if you die and get respawned at a checkpoint, it won't spawn at the end of the level. But if you die and you haven't collected a checkpoint yet, you don't have to re-enter the level. The colored gem will still spawn. So if I die at any time now, I'll have to repeat the entire level, and I'll have to re-enter, go back to menu, and then do the whole thing again. So let's just hope that doesn't happen. Yeah, so a small cycle skip I could have gone for earlier to line this up a bit better, but for me it's really risky. It's actually not that difficult, but I'm incredibly inconsistent at it. These guys are sometimes in the way, but somehow their hitboxes never really hit you, even if they should. This is technically a difficult level bonus. You just need to jump on all the TNT, get through that gap, and then I guess this last jump is kind of tight. Oh, wait, I'm gonna try that again. No. Never mind. At least now you can see that it's actually a tight jump and I wasn't lying. I should have just went for it the first time I had the momentum there, but I feared and panicked. Oh right, so you might be thinking, wait, you died, why are you able to still, why aren't you re-entering? Well, fortunately, dying in a bonus doesn't actually go towards actual deaths. You don't lose lives when you die in bonuses, and you can still collect the gem, even if it's a color gem level, so that's really a very kind mechanic for sure. Also allows you to be a bit more risky in bonuses, I guess. Same thing in Lost City. Like that second bonus with all the boxes you break that are floating over nothingness. If you died there and had to re-enter the level, that would be a lot more scary than it actually is. But despite some shortcomings in this and the last level, I managed to get the red gem without any deaths in the actual level. And now we're going into darkness. Hopefully not actually, because masks serve as light, but this is just the darkness level. I can't get triple mask here. The masks that I collect are just my torches. And if I get hit, I lose my torch. I can't see anything. Lights out is fairly easy, so that's not going to happen here. But the unlockable level, fumbling in the dark, it might happen there. But we're going to play that a bit later. Nothing really interesting about this level though, so if you have anything to say.
Well, thank you. I just want to call out the fact that, you know, if you're enjoying watching some Crash right now, we've got more Crash coming up next. Our next game in the marathon is Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. And we have a bid incentive out there that you can decide which character is going to be run. Right now, Spyro's in the lead, so you know, it'd be a bit of a switch going from Crash to Spyro. But you can choose between Spyro, Pasadena, Baby Crash, Crunch, Polar, and Pura. So get those donations in now. You can pick which character you want to have in Crash Team Racing. And enjoy just some more Crash excitement throughout the rest of the day.
I guess everyone's just missing Spyro in the marathon. Spyro is probably in the marathon. I don't know the schedule, I'm afraid, but in any case. The good thing, despite the masks not behaving as usual in this level, they will still be carried to the next level. So I ended this level with one of the torch masks, and I get to carry it into Jaws of Darkness. Also a really long level, I think with the highest box count in the entire game. You'll see why in a second, I guess. There's a lot of things going on in this one. Not in terms of speedrun strats, but just in terms of like actual level additions. Okay, there's a really tight jump. Okay, there we go. It was a bit too late to get the safe strat there, so I had to go for a backup that required me to do a pretty deep sub jump. I have 2 masks now. I don't want to carry these masks into the blue gem section. You'll see what I mean by that in a second. So I'm just gonna get rid of these masks whenever I can. So I feel like I should have said this earlier, but when you don't have triple mask and you get hit, you get a couple seconds of iframes, like when Crash is blinking, where you can just like damage through anything. And that's useful sometimes. Like right there. So now I have 0 masks the way I want it. And that allows me to enter this section here and get the optimal triple mask, because there's actually 3 masks here. There's a box up there which is, oh boy, hidden, and there's basically no indication that it's there. Really fun when you have no idea that it's there and you're trying to get the gem here for the first time. I actually never figured it out myself, someone told me, so yeah, guilty for that, I guess. Large stack of boxes there. I can just carry this triple mass all the way through. It's great, and it allows me to blow up these TNTs here without waiting on it and anything, and just run through here. That's why I got rid of those first 2 mass, so I got that triple mass, which got me all the way to the end. Alright, let's see. I can't make this one. That jump is kind of difficult, so if you're a bit too late, it's not gonna line up to get onto that second up and down moving pillar. A bit difficult to get through these spikes here. I actually didn't manage. That's fine. Generally, just on instinct, one would snipe that snake that I bounced on. No, I didn't actually bounce on it, that I just killed with the iframes. Into that TNT, but that TNT would blow up the Cortex token, which you need to collect, so that's why it's important to not do that, so that I can play this bonus. And get the second key. There we go. These keys are also kind of fun because if you don't stand around for about 1.5 seconds, maybe a bit less, and wait for them to be picked up by Crash, they're just not going to be picked up. Like, it would make sense for it to just instantly be collected, but if you jump into the end of that bonus and don't have the key, then there's no way to get back into the bonus, and you have to play the entire level over again. It's great stuff. Same thing goes with boxes. If you miss a single box in a bonus and you exit, you're, well, that level's done for. There we go. This is an interesting bonus for sure. I really dislike it, actually, for several reasons. You have to wait on this TNT to blow up because there's just so many boxes stacked on top of each other. But that's that. And that brings us to the end of Jaws. Also managed to get through here without any complications. That's always great because it is a long level. Oh no, what is going on? These pushers can break, absolutely just break. I feel like I'm gonna die here if I... No, okay, I'm fine. If you exit that bonus, that Tana bonus, those final pushers are just gonna, like... It's better to just wait 2 cycles for them to normalize again. But I didn't do that. Didn't really... I don't know, I didn't even pay attention to it, and then weird things happen. You are supposed to just be able to walk through there without problems. It's unfortunate that I lost that mask, though, because there was a triple mask you can get in Castle Machinery, which saves a decent amount of time, so I'm not going to be able to get that now. Small time loss. But if you've ever watched an any percent run of this game, you might notice that you've never seen this level before. The reason is that there is a platform at the beginning of this level, which you unlock with the green gem from Lost City, which will take you right to the end of this level. That's something you do in any percent because it's much faster than doing this entire level. Obviously in all gems we can't do that, so yeah, that's one difference between the categories. There's actually not too much interesting stuff going on here, especially if I don't get the triple mask. There's nothing unintended I'm doing, just going through everything as fast as possible. It's a fun skip you can do here. You can go out of bounds. Most of the time there's invisible walls. You can jump forward right there and land on that platform. And then break a checkpoint from the outside, from out of bounds. And then die and then spawn at that checkpoint. Really a fun strat to do, but it doesn't really apply to any category, so it's really just a backup, because in any percent you obviously don't do this level, and in all gems you'd miss a lot of boxes if you went for that skip, so destroy those. Obviously don't want to bounce on them because that would take too long. And I mean, Wumpa fruits, collecting them is absolutely not an objective in a speedrun. They're fun and all, but you get, first of all, you get more than enough lives in Crash 1. And secondly, you really don't need them. I mean, you die on a bad run, you die like maximum 10 times. But in comparison to Crash 2 and 3, Crash just throws lives at you without end. And just spin these robots. I guess I'll wait on this. I could have gone through there actually, that was kind of stupid. And I'm just going to damage abuse through these. That's what I mean with iframes, you just take a damage and then use the iframes to run through further damage sources. There we go. So, Embryo's next. That's our last boss fight, actually. We're not fighting Cortex, because we don't need to. And Embryo has a couple of cool skips that I'm all going to go for because I have a mask, and that's going to act as a sort of safety. Embryo has two stages by default, where he first throws these green blobs that I have to jump on to damage him. And then he throws his purple vials, which are just like damage explosions. And after he does that, after he throws his purple vial, I'm going to do this, make him attack me, and then skip the mixing animation for the next green blob throwing thing. That saves us some time as well. So the next time he's going to throw 3 purple vials, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go make him attack me, but then walk away, obviously, so I don't take damage. And he's instantly going to throw the green blobs. It's great. The last purple vial stage is he throws 6 after me, so I'm just going to like run around the room like like a Bandicoot on fire, I guess, until that's over. And now the biggest skip is to get really close up and personal to him. Never mind. No, he doesn't want it. Okay. Sometimes he'll bounce you back, and then you can't really go for the skip because you need to be really close to him. So instead, I'll just go for like a semi-skip, where the game wants you to go back down on the floor and then jump on his head again, but you can just stay on his head. There's a hitbox there. And wait for his head hitbox to come up again. And damage it 3 times, that's it. Also, the back wall is supposed to break when he flies through it, obviously, but for some reason the skip prevents that from happening. Alright, so we're really close to finishing the first part of this run, which is the forward thing movement, whatever. And then we're going to backtrack. The lab is the last color gem, no, actually the second last color gem, but the last level we haven't played yet in our first run through. So again, not allowed to die here. There's a bonus, which is infuriating sometimes. You'll see why. But for now, I just need to make sure that all this works out. Gonna bounce on that TNT. Wait a small second before I jump in there, so the checkpoint has the TNT as exploded. That's a problem. Not sure I want to talk about that anyway. Hasn't happened so far. Jump on these, you'll see why in a second, and then there we go. It's really easy to accidentally break that top box, and then you have to die and restart the bonus, because there's no way to reach the boxes at the top. And the fruit crates also have an interesting mechanic where they have a timer. If you bounce on them once, a timer starts, and after a while they become vulnerable to 1 more bounce, and that's what I did there. So that I wouldn't have to bounce on each of them 5 times. But I got the bonus first try, that's not bad. Doesn't happen often. Again, failing the bonus wouldn't mean I have to re-enter, but it would still be pretty annoying. I'd also lose my mask then, which is good for a safety in a level like this. To wait on this, and then I can jump back here and wait for the platform to come out again. And now I just need to wait for these TNTs to blow up in order to get my gem. Perfect. Now we begin backtracking. It's not that much left anymore. We start out with lights out, reason being, well, it's the first level when you walk backwards that we haven't collected the gem for yet. We're not going to go on to fight Cortex. Again, we're not going to do that at all. We're going to finish in the Great Hall, but I'll explain that when it happens at the very end. So lights out, now we can unlock the last color gem. It's like color gemception. You can only unlock this color gem once you've unlocked the lab color gem. But nothing's changed about this level. It's still pretty straightforward and boring, so if you've got donations or other things to read out, go for it right now.
Oh, thanks, Trigger. Just want to let everybody know that if you like what you're seeing here on ESA and you want to get more involved in our community, you can come on over to the ESA Discord. We're at discord.gg/ESA Marathon, and we've got an incredibly friendly, welcoming community that has a ton of fun before, during, and after each and every one of our events. You can also get up-to-date information from our Twitter at twitter.com/ESA Marathon. And if you're tuning in and find that you missed out on a run, you can always check out the VODs available for all of our runs, both on Twitch and on our YouTube channel.
So there's a fun thing about Lights Out. I mean, the beginning is really not that difficult. I guess it gets a bit more difficult once these swinging blades come in, but the best part is that when you get the gem, you skip that entire part. You just end the level here, so there's not even anything difficult. This gets easier when you collect the gem, ironically, I guess. That gives us the 6 out of 6 color gems. Now we have free way to get all the gems we need to complete the game. So next is one of the unlockable levels, Fumbling in the Dark, which starts out with a sneaky secret area behind the camera that is, I guess, well, can be hard to find. Also can be easy to just forget about. One of those things where you remember, oh, I'm 3/4 through the level, but I'm missing a couple boxes. That's not good. Another annoying thing about this level is that the first checkpoint comes very late. So if I die at any time until then, I'm going to be losing a lot of time because I have to restart the entire level. A lot of swinging blades as well. Oh, okay, I do need that box. That's a bit awkward, all of it. I'm definitely on a later cycle now than I should be, but that shouldn't change anything, as long as I just don't mess up the jumps. Wait on those anyway. Okay, well there we go, there's a checkpoint, so that's already not bad that I got that. Have to wait on everything here, my goodness. And these stone walls, they're kind of made to deceive you. In most cases you can just hold jump down in order to get to the next platform. But in this case, oh boy, this is not good. Let's see, yeah, I'm gonna wait for that mask because I didn't know where the hole was. That's what I mean, when you get hit, you're blind completely. You need to trust your instincts and everything, of which I have none for this level because I don't play it a lot. There's also spiders, and hopefully there's a thing that can happen where these spiders just don't spawn, but this, okay, good, they did. To bounce on them. Hopefully that one hit me. No, it didn't. Kind of close though. And then 3 spiders to take me across the void. Oh, we got the gem. Very good. Fumbling seems to be either a level where you get through without problems, or you just lose 3 minutes because you keep dying to something. That completes Island 3, actually. We now have every single gem on Island 3. That's nice. And remember what I said about the mask from Lights Out that gets carried to the next level? Same thing goes for Fumbling. I carry 1 mask into Road to Nowhere, which I'm going to use to get a nice triple mask to help me in the red gem section if I don't die by then, which I feel like is going to happen. We'll see. But now I can complete this level. So, yeah, there's one small skip at the end, but other than that, it's mostly intended. Well, actually, the red gem section isn't really done the way that it's supposed to be done. You'll see what I mean. You're supposed to kind of solve a puzzle, but you can kind of just go around all that and break all the boxes instantly. Here, this is the section I'm talking about. So you're supposed to, there's an exclamation mark box here that you can just spin that way. Not really how it's supposed to work, but you get this triple mask that way and then just completely ignore the puzzle, break all the boxes. And then as an added bonus, get a triple mask, which, as we realized in Road to Nowhere is, well, actually in the first Road to Nowhere, when we played this the first time, is really good for rope levels because you can just run straight across the ropes without ever jumping. There we go. Good road so far. Here again with the ice slides. I don't know if they're actually ice, but it kind of looks like ice, so. Sneaky bonus platform there, yeah, that you have to jump on. If you try to walk onto it, you'll most likely fall down, which is not fun. And usually you have to wait on this TNT to explode, but I just spin it because I don't need these masks for anything anyway, and save myself 3 seconds for free. Rest of the level just has me running around on the right side of the ropes here. You can run on both. Oh! I input a left, like I made crash walk left. I don't know why I did that. I just completely, my thumb was having a mind of its own. You can walk on both the left and the right rope, doesn't really matter. In some cases it matters, but I can just skip the red gem platform here and jump around to the secret section behind. Get the remaining 2 boxes and exit the level successfully with a gem.
Got time for a quick donation?
Yeah, sure.
Right on. We've got $50 from Sparky. No comment, but we want to thank you. Oh, I'm sorry, there is a comment. The comment is meow. And Sparky wants to put that donation towards 3 different incentives that we have going on, both for tomorrow afternoon. One is towards hitting the Super Mario Galaxy 2 Green Star Showcase for the perfect run. He puts $20 there. And then $15 each towards the language choice and voice choice for Ring Fit Adventure Beat World 2. Looking to put those towards the female voice in Japanese. So thanks again for the $50, Sparky. Meow.
Meow. Okay. I re-entered Road to Nowhere there. You see what happens when you run through the game normally and you unlock the levels for the first time? As soon as you exit a level, the game will automatically put you on top of the next level in the main menu. So all you have to do is spam X in order to continue into the next level. But as soon as you start backtracking, that doesn't happen anymore, so you just remain standing on the same level. So if you just don't pay attention, you're just gonna spam X as soon as you exit a level and go back right into it. I hope that was the only time it's gonna happen. I thought I've gotten pretty consistent at actually paying attention in the menu, but I guess mistakes can still happen. So Boulder Dash 2. The gem platform that got unlocked is at the very end, so I do have to run through the entire level and then some in order to get the gem, which is some serious Resident Sleeper gameplay. Some optimizations you can do here, I guess, some time trial like optimizations. I mean, there's time trial runs, IL runs for all of these levels. And if you watch those, they look very interesting, especially compared to a run I'm doing, because it's just, they try to cut everything precisely short, obviously. So something, this is really bad. I can't get that box, can I? Well, that's very sad. That is very sad. My goodness. There's a box up there that I can only reach with a bounce pad, and somehow my spin destroyed the bounce pad. So that's a time loss and a half, especially because the last checkpoint is incredibly far away. That can happen. I didn't know it could, but I don't think it's ever happened to me, so. It's a big sad on that one. Doesn't matter, I'll just do it again. Take the 1.5 minutes or something that just cost me. Also, you can go straight through the boulder. It's just, I don't know, loses its hitbox, I guess, as soon as you're on the platform, which obviously makes sense. If you died on the platform, that would feel pretty troll. There we go. Got a little shrine for the two. There's 2 portraits of Embryo, but only 1 of Cortex. Can't imagine he'd let that happen. Anyway. Lastly, on Island 2 is Whole Hog. I said earlier, this is not a good level. And I think you'll see why, hopefully. I mean, sometimes it's hard to see through a stream, but just try and look how bad the camera moves. It actually looks like you're playing an online game and you're at about 600 ping. just incredibly like janky, and it moves around a lot, and I feel like if someone gets motion sick easily, this is a level where that will happen. Luckily, I'm not affected by that, but it's still not pleasant to look at. But nothing really interesting about this level. I have to long jump off of all the drums because there's massive gaps here, which is something you don't have to do at all in Hog Wild. I almost jumped over that drum, that would have been fun. Just gotta collect all the boxes, one last drum jump. And then there's this guy who I have to go left of, and there we go. That's that. Done with the 700 ping camera. Which brings us to Island 1. Getting pretty close. Island 1 has the most levels, which we haven't collected the gems for yet. And I'm not going to go in the exact order that you would by just normally backtracking, because I want to do some mask management. So instead of going for native first, I'm going for rolling stones first. Several reasons. First of all, I don't want a triple mask at the beginning here, because that prevents me from collecting some things. And secondly, I want to exit this with 2 masks and then get a triple mask at the beginning of Native Fortress, which saves a lot of time. And, I mean, it's just one of the most satisfying triple masks in the entire game. Ah, damn it. So there's a box up there and a Cortex token, a Brio token actually, that you have to collect. Normally you'd spin those all and just collect the token instantly, but I didn't quite manage that, and so you have to go for a backup with the scenery. This level also has 2 bonuses, and that 1 gem platform, which I unlocked by getting one of the colored gems. That second Brio token is obviously hid a tiny bit. They're always trying to hide the special bonus tokens. And then we're gonna get a triple mask here soon, which is gonna be the shortest triple mask in this entire game. But it's still kind of useful because you break this 1 box up here without having to like do weird jumps. And then you get the bonus token instantly. And obviously when you enter a bonus, the triple mask immediately goes away. You can't have a triple mask in bonuses. This is an kind of a nightmare optimization bonus. Don't really know how to do that the fastest way. Just kind of, I don't know if anyone does. Everyone just kind of goes for it the way that it feels right. Here, you need the blue gem platform to collect these 6 boxes. If you try to fall down here without it, you're just gonna die. There's a death plane there. Jump on the scenery there because anything else is really weird in order to progress there. Got the second bonus. Hopefully not gonna die here because I really want this double mask, like I said. Jump over that TNT. There we go. Looks good. Now I just have a couple of rollers to get past, and then we are free to enter native. It is possible to get along the sides of those rollers, but it's risky, and you need to like be completely aware of what the cycle that they're on. So I choose not to go for it and to just safely secure my triple mask in the next level. The reason why it's the most satisfying triple mask in the entire game is because native is a very big headache of a level sometimes. I mean, it's like the first big difficult level in any of the runs. So getting this triple mask here is just kind of like a big payback to all the times that native has caused pain, at least at the beginning. Especially with things like the spike, which comes down here, which is sometimes hard to dodge. Sometimes it will hit you, you can just run right through it without any worries at all. And keep it all the way up here, and then actually get a really good cycle here. Also possible to jump over those flames. Let's see if I get hit here. No, I didn't get hit. Okay. Oh, that's... I meant to jump there, but I think I pressed jump too early, so it didn't accept my jump input yet. Let's see if I can get beneath the spike. I can, good. So I'm a bit behind now, but that's fine. This native is a bit broken, that's fine. Natives can, the guys with the shield. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's not good. This is not good. Wow. A lot of not good things happen in a row there. Yeah, so these guys can be a bit finicky sometimes and do things they're really not supposed to, but so far they've treated me well. So again, I think I just pressed jump too early and it didn't take my jump input. I guess that's a reoccurring theme in this level. The interesting thing about the end of this run is that obviously the more you backtrack, the easier the bonus levels get. So it like gets easier and easier and you're thinking, what is going on? And then the last level you play is Stormy Ascent, and that's just a complete contrast to that. Please spin, thank you. I will collect this mask because I want it for upstream, which is the next level I'm going to be doing. So hopefully I don't lose that. Do need to collect that one. I'm not really lining up with any cycle here, so this is not incredibly... Actually, I might get hit here? No, I won't. Okay, good. Let me wait at the spike anyway. Not really possible to jump over that before it goes up. And here comes the red gem platform that I need in order to complete the level, into a section that really I just wish had never been implemented. I don't understand why it's here. It's buggy, it doesn't really work properly. It's, if you die here, you lose a lot of time. A lot of things that are just not comfortable. Just kind of, this is basically the fastest way to destroy these boxes. There is a tiny bit faster way that is really difficult to pull off. And then instead of taking that gem platform down, I just destroy this box and fall all the way down, because that is possible. Here, spinning on these fireplaces prevents me from jumping on them, and again, bouncing slash jumping off of boxes or items is slow. I need that box. Bounce on these, and see if I can get this one. Nope, it's possible to get there and then jump on the ending platform, but it's hard to pull off. Okay, we're getting there. Next is upstream. There's a very precise jump you can do it pretty close to the beginning of upstream. I guess I'll go for it. Might as well. We'll see. Yeah, I will go for it. If I die, it's not a big deal. I won't go for it a second time. But first, backtrack to collect this mask box here. And then a token here. And then here's the jump. Actually, no, I'm not lined up properly. I'm not going to go for it. You could just instantly jump onto that log. It's possible. Kind of tight, though. And if you mess it up, you lose quite a bit of time, because you also lose the one mask that allows me to get a triple mask later on. Gotta bounce on that TNT then. So getting that leaf jump at the beginning can actually save a lot of time as well, because it lines up several cycles really well, but it's still better to not go for it than to fail it. Secret box here that gets unlocked with gems. And then also a short triple mask, but it helps. It does speed things up a bit, because you can collect bonus tokens instantly with a triple mask. Also interesting to optimize this bonus, but that was actually not bad. I don't really have a specific thing I do in this bonus. I just kind of try to go through it as fast as possible, similar to the Rolling Stones bonus. Alright, and then another, I guess, well, it's not a secret section, but it's an unlockable section with the 2 remaining boxes that I'm missing. Good, it's actually 2 boxes. I didn't miss any others. Oh, okay, wow, that was close. This is a strange cycle I'm on, I don't know. But hey, I got through without getting hit. That's already great. That brings us to our second to last level, which is also the second level in the entire game, Jungle Rothers. If you remember at the beginning of the run, I did get 2 triple masks here. Oh, I skipped it. There we go. And I will get those again because they're still really useful. And then I'll get the unlockable platform to get the 3 boxes that I couldn't get otherwise. And at the end, you will see the easiest bonus in the entire game. Nothing in particularly interesting about this though, because I've already done most of it, so if you've got something to read or donation to read out.
Well, sure. I'd just like to let everybody be aware of those amazing t-shirts and hoodies that we have over at speedrunstore.com. You know, you keep seeing all of our runners wearing some of those gear. You know, I personally love how soft my collection of ESA clothing is. I've got a couple t-shirts, and the ESA hoodie is a personal favorite of mine. I picked mine up at the winter event, and it's become my go-to here in Norway. And we know winter, we know cold. That hoodie stands up to it. So if you want to get your hands on some of that merch as well, head on over to speedrunstore.com and get your order in.
Yeah, welcome to the easiest bonus in the game. So a lot of optimization in there for sure. It just feels very strange when you are comparing it to what's about to come here. The calm before the storm, some might say, literally speaking. There we go. That leaves us with 1 gem left to collect. And Stormy Ascent. The reason why we backtrack and then do Stormy Ascent is because there's this platform here at the very beginning. The purple platform that allows us to teleport right to Stormy Ascent to the end. So that makes a perfect loop. And there we go. Wait, I have 2 masks. That's not good. That's not what I wanted to do. But okay, well, the triple mask at the beginning you can get here doesn't save any time. Just changes the cycles a bit. So there is a cycle I can catch here. See if I can. Nope, I completely messed up. Goodness, wow. That was spectacular. Well, that's fine. Not a big time loss. I will probably be focusing most of this level because there's some difficult parts to it and there's not many checkpoints. So I prefer not to completely mess this up. But a lot of it is also just going through the game the intended way. There's a triple mask I'll be picking up soon, which may seem a bit counterproductive because you jump on birds in this level, and triple masks kill birds. And that's actually a big problem. Like, if you don't do it correctly, you'll kill the bird and get rid of your only chance to, well, not fall. But if you do it correctly, you can still bounce off of them. Like such here. You have to land right on top and just hold jump. There we go. Try to get here. There we go. Oh, I got hit by the spike. That's fine. I don't need these masks for anything in particular anymore. I could have gone for that. There we go. This is a tricky descent there, but if it lines up properly, then it's not that bad, and you can just kind of fall through everything and then catch the cycle on the bottom here. Here we have the bonus. Actually, the only thing in this game that was not designed by Naughty Dog in the original. This bonus was designed by Vicarious Visions because the original Stormy Ascent was not... Hold on. I have to time that properly. The original Stormy Ascent did not have a bonus, so Vicarious Visions made their own. And it's a pretty cool bonus. And you can kind of see, if you know what you're looking for, you can kind of see that it's different from all the other bonuses. It's got some different things going on in it, and it's kind of cool. Cool to see what they can come up with. If you've played Crash 3 of the Sane Trilogy, they created their own entire level of future tenths there, including their own bonus, obviously. So I guess because why not? There's a hyper jump I can go for here, hopefully to redeem the fact that I didn't get either of the hyper jumps earlier. So even though I would prefer to go for this with double mask, I'll just go for it anyway. Small time save. Let's see if I get it. Nope, I didn't get it. Okay. Well, that's fine. I would have gotten a lot of upward speed there. I'm gonna die here. No, I'm fine. Ooh, that's really close. Oh, that's also really close. Sorry. Having a hard time here a bit, but I think I'm okay. There we go, yes. The end of this level can increase heart rate from time to time. Got that checkpoint, that's nice. And then I'm just gonna try to speed through this ending here. There's fast and slow strats. Obviously I'm going for fast strats. That's the only thing I ever do. Not true, by the way. Oh, that's close. Okay, got it though. Wait a bit on this, then jump across these. Hopefully still gonna make it. Wow, that was really close. Okay, that was a blessing for sure. And there we go. Hopefully I didn't miss a box again. Nope. Last time I did a run of this, I missed a box. But I got it now. And there we go. That would be all gems, almost done. Last thing I'm going to do is go into the Great Hall, which is the level before Cortex. And the only point of this level is to give you a secret ending once you've collected all the gems. But the secret ending actually leads to the credits, so why spend a minute and something on the Cortex boss fight if you could just get to the credits with the secret ending? So that's obviously what I'm going to do here. And time's going to be here once I get to the end of this line of gem platforms, as soon as my character stops moving. So time is now. There we go. That was Crash 1 All Gems and Sane Trilogy. Cutscenes get really loud in this game, even when you have the audio turned down. I'm sorry for that. It's really cool. You can see what all the villains get up to after you've defeated them, but we're not going to look through that. I timed it in-game. I got the in-game time with my life split going on here, and the time was 1 hour, 20 minutes, 54 seconds. Now, if the RTA timer was also ended... wait, let me actually check, I guess. Then I'm gonna assume I'm quite a bit underestimate.
You are indeed about 9 minutes underestimate.
Oh wow, okay.
Timed out at 1:31:07.
Good, alright. So, I guess I'll just head for the incentive then, right?
Indeed, I believe we have some golden monkeys to take a look at.
Okay, can we have a timer on that as well? Because it is technically a speedrun category.
Sure, coming up.
Alright, I'll give you a countdown for that as well then. So this is not actually Crash 1. I'm gonna be spawning a golden monkey here, but that only works in Crash 3, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do it and not say too much about it. So countdown from 5 again. 5,
Yeah.
4, 3, 2, 1, go. There's a lot of stuff that's going to be going on here. Crash 3 has warps, and warps only unlock once you've completed the boss from the last warp, but there's a way to clip into the next warp, so that's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to clip into warp 2 without completing any of the warp 1 levels, using something called the gate clip, which is essentially just, oh goodness, storing a menu in the background and using it to make my character run through walls. So... if you ever watch a Crash 3 run, they're going to explain what's going on here. I'm not going to go into it, but basically I can just clip through this wall here. And then I'm going to go into level 9, Tomb Time. This is actually used in both Crash 3 categories, the gate skip. It's one of the biggest time saves that there is in terms of like skips. It's really useful. You can skip some bosses that are unnecessary. And then... I'm going to do some hop sliding, which also I'm not really going to go into. It's basically just a fast version of slide spinning, which is the basic fast movement in Crash 3 and 2, if you get the slide, which obviously you don't have in Crash 1. I don't really play this game, by the way. So, yeah, we got some monkeys standing around here. Where are you? There we go. And that's time. There we go. There he is. There's the good fella. It's all in his zen and stuff. Sorry, I should have let you know before that time was coming up. I was just so focused on dodging those incredibly difficult to dodge skill shots. So that is Gold Monkey. It is actually a category on the Speedrun.com leaderboards of Crash. Believe it or not. It's great. I've never really done it before, but it's fun, and you get an achievement for it. All you have to do is dodge the monkey's ball 20 times. And there we go. That's my incentive. So I guess that's it for me then. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, ESA, for having me. I wish great luck to everyone else, and I had a really good time with this. Thank you. So is there anything else?
No, that's about it, Trigger. Thank you so much for spending time with us today and showing us that awesome run of Crash Bandicoot. Next up, we have Hypno Shark running Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. And that's actually it for me as well for the day. My shift is now over, and I'm going to be handing the mic on over to Agama. So we're going to take this to a brief intermission. We'll enjoy some music, and then when we come back, we'll have Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled with Hypno Shark.